Yeah, 100%. It's three different skill sets, right? So I always say at a big company, you get access and you get information. It's accessible. Everything is there, right? And you're there to learn from the lessons of others. So at Facebook, it was like reading a history book, right? You're there to learn about everything that has ever come before and to immediately have access to everything that is happening now. And the job there is to actually not expose yourself to too much personal innovation because there's so much innovation happening around you and you don't have the space to innovate truly, right? Because you're always sort of like confined as one cog in a giant machine. In a startup company, that's where you get to put the lessons that you learn, the skills you think you've acquired, and really have trial by fire. And you're always innovating. If you're at a startup and you don't feel like you're always stretching yourself and innovating, you're probably not at the right startup, right? Or you're not handling your role properly at the startup because a startup wouldn't exist if they weren't disrupting something. And once you start to scale up, right, you go from that 15-person company, my last role, it was employee 15, and the company was like 150, 200 people. The scale up piece is really the most fun. You find yourself transforming, the company's transforming, the things that they need from you as an individual often change. And what I used to tell my team is you should never feel bad if you feel like things are moving too fast because a company is going to grow and the demands of individuals or of the employees will grow much faster than it's reasonable for most individuals to grow, right? Like our learning curve is just not as fast as a hyper growth company. There are some people that make it, and some people hang on for a lot longer than others, and then they reinvent themselves, they dig deep, and they sort of like make it up as they go, and then they just call their shots well. But even at my last company, right, I realized when this thing was just growing too fast for me. Like I no longer had as much to offer in a new way, and that's when you know it's time for you to get back into something where you're learning, right?